2, 1.
I will never get old. I will never not love that intro. That, of course, I made. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, freaks of all ages, this is Jabronis United, your weekly night delight, talking all things wrestling, whether you know it, you don't know it. If you don't know it, you'll learn it. I am your host, de facto, real or deal, Ronald Regan. With me, as always, is Davion Bussy. And I have to say, I am very fortunate to go ahead and introduce a brand new jabroni to the show. He is someone who is familiar enough with the channel. You can see him in the independent circuit. He is an actual wrestler, the first actual wrestler that we've had on this broadcast. And he is also familiar with Keep It in the Ring with Rich Mancuso, if you happen to follow the show on there. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you Mr. Joe Trash.
Nice to meet you. How we doing?
We're doing decent. We're doing decent. How are you doing, man?
Yeah. Not so good. I've been dealing with a bunch of garbage recently. Just came off of work, though, so happy to be here.
Nice.
And we're Jersey. I mean, we know all about garbage.
Yeah.
Technically, we are a podcast.
Well, not all of us are garbage, but
you can say that.
I didn't say personally. I'm just saying that everybody has that one uncle. You know, you don't know.
That is true. That's true.
I understand.
But before we go into the topics of the day, Joe, tell us a little bit about yourself. Now, we know, obviously, you are a professional wrestler on the indie circuit. How long you been working with us?
Right now, I've been around for about a year and a half. It's getting to.
Okay.
I've gotten to work with a lot of amazing people. A lot of people who are full of, to keep it PG, garbage. But
garbage,
overall,
trash.
it's been a fun experience. Not gonna lie, it's been an amazing experience. I've gotten to places like I told Rich and Keep It in the Ring. I've gotten to places where I've never thought I was gonna get to, and a lot of opportunities are up ahead too. So
I like that. I like that. In fact, is it okay if I spoil this a little bit? I do happen to know you are going to be part of ACW's big show happening in October, and of course, we here at Jabronis United, we are familiar with ACW as we are the company, Stream Punk Entertainment, that goes ahead and takes care of the streaming of that particular pay-per-view. So we're gonna go and make sure that you actually get seen, not just by the people in attendance, by pretty much anybody that goes ahead and pays that $9.99 to see you.
Yeah.
So
I appreciate that, man. And yes, I am involved inside of the pay-per-view. I don't know if you've heard any specifics, hopefully not, but you're definitely going to see me there. And you're definitely going to see me doing my job. That's taking out garbage from inside of my ring.
That's what I'm talking
okay,
about.
do you have any questions?
Honestly, for you guys, I heard you guys had James Ellsworth. Jesus Christ.
Yes, the Chinless Wonder, yes.
The annoying one. You know who I'm talking about.
All right.
You guys told me, because he's actually gonna fight one of my, what I used to call a friend recently. Soon in 5-star. So that's gonna be there. My question to you though, interviewing people like that, right? What is one quality that you see in people like that that separates them from a regular person or any other person that you've ever met?
Day, you want to respond to this one first?
No, you respond. Yeah, you.
See, he doesn't know which way to go, so I don't.
That's why I was like, point it that way.
Oh, come on, somebody decide. Somebody has to respond.
All right. Why some people and not others? Well, I have always been a champion of the underdog because I myself have been an underdog. And so when you get to see certain people that get to perform for hundreds, thousands, millions of people, even, and they still don't necessarily get like the fair shake, that they are known, but then maybe not like as known as they should be, or maybe they're not as respected as they should be for the kind of work that they do.
Mhm.
That's the kind of thing where it's like, you know what, I want to give you a spotlight.
Mm.
Even if it's just 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever. Go ahead, shine, do your thing. I'm like RuPaul without all the crazy dresses, and I like women, but essentially it's like that mentality of going ahead and giving people like a proper platform to go ahead and speak for themselves, much like yourself.
Type thing. I like that. How about you? Let me hear your opinion on this.
Me, I just give everybody an opportunity.
That's nice. You guys are nice guys, even with all the bad people out here. So, my last
Oh,
question to y'all, and then we could
yeah.
do whatever it is you guys got planned. All right. My last question to y'all. What is it to you guys that keeps you grounded, keeps you humbled to a place where even if you're talking to someone who's talked to, millions and millions or whatever crowd they've been in front of.
I think I can.
What is it that grounds you guys when it comes to moments like that?
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
all right. Well, with me, when I interview people that could be status high or status low,
Mm.
I give them the utmost respect. I give them the utmost attention. I give you everything. And also, I respect the fact that you are doing what you're doing, regardless whether you're high tier or low tier. It doesn't matter if you're low tier, because to me, you're still equal to the person that's high tier, just like the high tier is still equal to the person that's low tier.
Mm. How about you?
Similar situation. I mean, I've interviewed a whole bunch of different people, like wrestlers, stand-up comics, porn stars. It's like really when you break it down, um, regardless of the profession that you do or regardless of the hobby that you have,
Mm-hmm.
everyone's human.
That's
Everyone can be talked to like a human. Everyone can be respected like a human. Everyone can be joked about like a human.
Mhm.
It doesn't even necessarily mean you need to walk on eggshells around people.
Right.
If you keep it real with them and you treat them like a human being, you'd be surprised.
That's actually very true. That's one thing. If I could talk a little bit outside myself,
Go ahead.
Right.
that is one thing that I do appreciate when it comes to people. When it comes to people like you, when it comes to people like you, people not only willing to give an opportunity, but also an ear and an eye. You know what I'm saying? Especially in an industry like this, where that's pretty much everything to a performer. Um, Man, look, to me, this isn't a performance, bro. This is life. The wrestling saved me. You know what I'm saying? I was an average Joe back then, and now I'm trash. But it's a message I'm trying to bring, and the message is it doesn't matter who or what tells you that you're garbage. At the end of the day, you could be great. That's up to you. You know what I'm saying?
Uh,
That's work you put in.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
It pretty much it goes along with that phrase. One man's trash is another man's treasure.
That's treasure. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Lord knows that's how I got my first apartment. Never I
Mm-hmm.
could find.
Right
Some of that
here,
stuff I still
bro.
got.
Right here, brother. Right here. Shit. I'm sorry, but yes,
No, no,
this,
that's
this.
that's fine.
You
We're
know how
just
it
doing the
is. You know how
podcast.
it is. I live in New York, so it's very very tough out here.
We're all Jersey boys here, so I
Yeah,
mean,
but I'm always hanging out in New York. So,
Yo, if you ever trying to go to a bar, let me know.
all right, definitely.
Oh yeah, you're wasted if you know what I
Okay.
mean.
Hey, I'm drinking something I haven't turned behind. So,
Okay. No
Freaking
copyright
Davion rocking
strikes,
the
please. No
Modelo's.
copyright
My
strikes.
God.
Hopefully
Oh,
not.
good.
This
I
is a
like that
government
we have this.
sponsor.
Yeah, I like that we have this like this common blue collar bond. Um, Especially considering some of the stuff that's going on in wrestling. Joe, if you want to go ahead and participate with us, please
yeah.
do, because there is a lot going on in the world of wrestling right now. Some of it good, some of it bad, some of it just speculative. Oh wait, no, this is you. That's right.
Oh yeah, no, this is spectacular. Don't worry. You didn't press on anything wrong. Just watch this.
No,
This
but
is
I
Brian,
do want to see how this goes off here.
this is Brian
Uh,
Matthews. This is Intense Alliance Wrestling or Intense Wrestling Alliance. Sorry. A bunch of garbage anyways. Right here, I try to bring him up. He tries to hit me with a forearm. So I tell him that's not happening anymore. Death Valley.
Nice.
Must have topped that
Nice
off.
roll up.
Kick to the face. Why? Because you're beneath me, Brian.
Now,
and if he's
are you
watching,
always wrestling in like the onesie? That's got to be hot as hell, isn't it?
Look, to me, whether it's hot, whether it's cold, I'm here to work. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. I'm gonna do my job regardless, because at the end of the day, people don't get paid by the hour in the sport. You know what I'm saying? People get paid by the ass whoopers they hand out. So if I'm handing out ass whoopers, I'm gonna make sure it's gonna be a beautiful one. That's for sure.
Nice.
True. Speaking of ass whoopings that get handed out, John Cena.
This man came
Oh,
out
hold on.
to
Let
break people's
me
hearts.
change that format here. Hold on. There we go. I like that better.
He came out to
Now.
break people's hearts, bro.
Yeah, I know, but you know what? Apparently, he is retiring. Just this past weekend, at Money in the Bank on Saturday night, John Cena came out all of a sudden and went ahead and did the unthinkable. He actually talked about stepping away from the ring, which, of course, we've heard from many a wrestler before. But when you have the merchandise say it, that's big.
Yeah,
that's big. That's money right there. So yeah, he went ahead and said that 2025 is going to be the end of his wrestling career. The Royal Rumble will be his last Royal Rumble. Elimination Chamber will be his last Elimination Chamber, and WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas will be his final WrestleMania that he competes in. Notice he says competes in.
Yeah.
Now, outside of that, he is slated to have at least 30 to 40 matches within the year of 2025. But guys, we all know how wrestlers can be.
Yeah.
When you say you're retiring, are you really retired?
This is the 30th time John Cena retires. That's all I gotta say.
Well, no. He hasn't beat Ric Flair's numbers yet. All right, we know this.
I forgot about that. Yeah. Ric Flair hasn't retired, right? Am I mistaken? Actually, his last match.
That's what that one last match was. But again, that's what I'm talking about. The mentality of the wrestler always is, okay, I will retire. I will give my body a rest. Then maybe in 6 months, if someone gives me enough money, I'm back in the ring, regardless of my hips.
Yeah. So he might as well just say, I'm retired, but I'm still a part-timer. Because that's what is pretty much really what he's saying. Like, oh, you're not going to see me as much. I'm going to be like The Undertaker, but I'm retired. I'm going to be like Ric Flair. I'm retired. It's
that's the thing. He's been a part-timer ever since 2018 when he started getting his acting gigs going.
My thing is with John Cena, and sorry for interrupting.
No. Go ahead. Always.
The way with John Cena, right? My thing is, like I said before, he's retired 30 times, whatever. Besides that, the man can still get in the ring and do this day in, day out. You know what I'm saying? I'll never put him down. I'll always appreciate the worker that he is. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? Okay, there's too much money that goes around John Cena for the industry to just drop him like nothing ever happened. Like, given it's not going to be like nothing ever happened. This is one of the biggest stars that they had, especially during the Attitude Era and all of that. But yeah, no, there's no way. There's no way he's just gonna up and leave and never like come back to wrestling. I think he's gonna. I agree with you. The Undertaker approach, where it's like, hey, look, you can't see me now. You do. Now you don't. Now you do. That thing.
Like, you can't see me for 6 months because I gotta go film something. Then you'll see me.
Another Marine movie, which sucks.
Or the second season of Peacemaker, which I know that is what he is doing at the moment. Hopefully he does more of that and less Fast and Furious movies. But I don't know, man. It's like, you are right, Joe. He is one of the few people that you could say, if he does retire, he can still go. He is that Dwayne Johnson mentality and physicality. So if it's necessary, he is still capable. I think it becomes more of the fact that, he is maybe trying to go ahead and get in more to the acting, which means You have to keep your body right. You have to keep your body safe.
Mhm.
Otherwise, if you're out with an injury, that's money being docked every single day from a production, which of course Day and I know from working Tales from the Film Set, which is on the other channel.
Mm.
Right.
So we have that film mentality as well. So yeah, it becomes a bit of a bit of a pain in the ass. Oh
Oh wow.
no,
Wow.
look, we can't do that. We can't do that because Lord knows the only one who could do that is the Fiend, and he is gone.
Yeah.
My question is, and actually building on that comment, who do you guys think is going to be his final match? Because I've been hearing this topic going around a lot recently, so I want to see what's your opinion on it.
Well, I think, I mean, if you're going to have 30, 40 matches in the year, obviously there's probably going to be some dream matches that you want to see him do. Maybe people that he hasn't competed with,
Mm.
maybe people that are just starting off and he wants to go ahead and give them that step up. I think CM Punk is definitely going to be at least 2 matches with
Mhm.
Cena because that's chemistry between the two of them. But
Yeah,
I do think it's ultimately also going to come down to whether or not they feel they can have John hold the belt and beat the Ric Flair number and be a 17-time champion.
that's another thing. What if they do that in WrestleMania and now he's not retiring? It just so happens that he's another year because John Cena needs to do the final reign. The last time is now.
Well, that's really going to be the question of whoever the champion is that he takes the belt off of. If it's someone that he has a history with or something like that, then I think it could easily be he goes ahead, pins the guy, wins the belt, walks off into the sunset, relinquishes it, and then you go ahead and have a tournament for Money in the Bank or something.
For
But
me, it should be
if
Randy
it's
Orton.
yeah,
My
if it's
opinion,
someone
it should
new,
be Randy Orton.
mhm.
Well, yeah,
Really,
that
you think you want to go one more round, Randy and Cena that they did for like
Yes.
pay
I,
per
I
view
I
recognition?
generally feel it should be Randy, considering the fact that there's so much more story there. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? They were both kind of raised in the same like eras of wrestling. So they both had to see all the locker rooms come and go. They both had to see all the matches that came and went, the bad times and good times for WWE. Because remember, they came from a whole golden age to go into 2015, 2016, where honestly, wrestling had kind of disappeared for a little bit because of the garbage that was on
Yeah.
TV. Then now we're coming back, and because whatever Roman Reigns, the bloodline storylines, whatever it is, whatever storyline it is that really like brings your attention. But to me, Randy Orton is top tier to fight John Cena as the final match because even if he needs to take a loss, that's the legend killer. It's what he does.
That I agree with you on that. But
Yeah, you told me once you got the Legend Killer thing out.
yeah,
Mhm.
but I wanted well, this is what my final match I wanted to be, but because
Sure.
the person is not in the company no more, and if they surprisingly come back to the company, this should be the final match. Because John
Sure.
Cena and basically put his, I would say, what's his, I forgot the word, praise to this
Is
guy.
okay.
And I kind of say we did meet this person at a convention.
Okay. Now you're just dropping clues like I'm supposed to know stuff. Hold on.
So
Uh,
if I'm going to spill it out, I'm going to spill it out. I
okay.
want it
Spell it
to
out.
be John Cena if WWE pulled the trigger and bring this guy back. Velveteen Dream, final match.
Oh,
Mm.
It's not going
dude.
to
I
happen.
mean,
It's not going to happen, but it's just I would love to see that.
ah. Although Kyle does bring up a good question. I mean, as far as rivalries go, Joe was right. Randy Orton, John Cena, that's
That
definitely
would make
like
sense.
key to both of their careers. Um, but I would also say he also brings up the fact that Brock might be coming back. Now, Brock would be tricky. Brock
Mm.
would be tricky
No, I'm
because
tired of
then
Brock.
you're messing
No,
with the Vince stuff, you
Mm.
know? And
I'm
mind
tired
you,
of
John
Brock.
Cena has not necessarily worked under the Triple H regime yet. so this is his first really big go around. Neither has Brock.
Right.
So if you could get both Cena and Brock under Triple H's leadership and see what you could do, I would be interested in that just to see if it just happens to be a little bit better, if not a lot better, than what Vince has given us over the years. But
I'm gonna definitely need to.
I think
see
that
the shooting
yeah,
star.
that's the white whale though. That's like I don't know if you can do that, especially with the way things are now.
I don't want to see Brock. I'm more feeling Joe Trash, Randy Orton, the old rivalry that made more sense. But Brock is like, I'm tired of point two. But this would be
When it comes to Brock, I just look, John Cena final match, he needs to bring out the shooting star press again.
yeah, without breaking his neck.
Finisher.
Yes. No, that would be the thing. Like if you went ahead and put John Cena and Brock Lesnar again in the ring, it can't be a squash. All right. It has to be both men giving everything, putting it out on the line. Because as far as we are concerned, if Brock does get brought back in by Triple H, this is his one and only chance, possibly. I mean, regardless of TKO and UFC and all that conglomeration, Brock is just as bad as Vince in certain respects. He's persona non grata. If he boofs it, he may never wrestle in WWE again. He'll be having a better chance going to the AEW. Although I would like to see Brock versus Wardlow. No lie.
No, matter of fact, who would be a good opponent for John Cena, whether they're in WWE or outside of WWE? It could be somebody from TNA. It could be somebody from AEW. Like, for his final match, look, the way things are going with WWE.
Oh, there's only one answer, Dave.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
I love that.
No. Cut that garbage out. Cut that garbage out. I've seen that all over. I've seen it all over. I'm so tired of Joe Hendry. I'm so tired. So tired of it. So tired.
I apologize. It was queued up for me. I mean, I had to do it, but
he's like, nah, bro.
Let's give Cena a break because Lord knows his knees can't handle it.
Yeah.
But, like I said, we're unapologetic here, man. It's like I ain't kidding. But let's go ahead and actually relay over to what I like to call NXTNA.
NXTNA. That's a nice.
Thank you. Made that.
I
myself.
like that. I kind of like it.
Yeah, thank you.
Who did that?
Because once again, we did have NXT this past Tuesday, and aside from Mr. Hendry, obviously showing up and helping out Trick Williams in a tag match against Sean Spears and Ethan Page, which of course, obviously, with the way that he was first introduced and the way him and Ethan Page were looking at each other in that battle royal, you knew it was going to happen. But I wanted to go ahead and really put this out there because outside of him, we got one of the most shocking returns. I think I never would have expected this from WWE. But again, because it is the Triple H era, because it is the Shawn Michaels era of NXT, we got, and for those of you who know, you know, we got MSK back.
Mm-hmm.
Now, obviously, yeah, you had the Rascals, which is if I'm saying it, Zach Wentz, is that his real name? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You had Zach Wentz, and obviously he had worked with Wes Lee, or what was it, Damon Xavier? I think it was what his original name was.
Yeah.
That's when they first were forming MSK all back in the day.
Yeah.
Right. But those were their real names. It wasn't until they came to NXT where, Xavier became Wes Lee. And I think he was named Nate Carter, which is just so benign.
Yeah, that was a whack name.
Well, that again, that's Vincero. You know, he just wants to go ahead and it's like if you have an interesting name, something that makes you unique. No. You get downplayed into like the most basic bitch name possible.
Yeah.
This way, you sit there and you learn.
Very true.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were consistent tag team champions, multiple time tag team champions in NXT. But then there were allegations, I believe, from Wentz's ex-wife or ex-girlfriend in regards to certain things that he should not have been doing,
Right.
and he was let go from NXT,
Uh,
which is why I find it so surprising that they went ahead and allowed him back, not as Nate Carter, but as Zach Wentz, as part of the Rascals, which is over on TNA, and also one of the better tag teams in TNA. And yeah, they pretty much went ahead and talked it up, even got Lee to get the shirt on, so now there is an official trio. But these guys were hot back in the day. Like they were pretty much like they were basically the young bucks of NXT, as far as I'm concerned.
Yes.
So, guys, what are your thoughts on this tag team being reintroduced into NXT, and also for Zach Wentz to actually get a second chance after all PC allegation nonsense, which apparently was dropped only a couple of months ago, from what I hear.
Yeah.
Joe, what's your thought on it? When you're someone who is in the wrestling business and you're trying to get your come up, and you've got that like light shining on you, but then it's pulled under the rug.
yeah.
How does that affect?
I've met a couple of guys that have had that happen to them. You know what I'm saying? And it's tough, man. It's tough for them to come back, for all of that to just be put under the rug, and you to come back and like nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's tough. And some guys go through that process where they go out, rebuild themselves, and rebrand themselves. And I feel like that's kind of what he did. But at the same time, like you said, this team was hot. This team was on the move. This was a rising team. So for that to kind of happen when it did, uh, separate the art from the artist, right?
Right.
These guys as wrestlers are great. Both of them. Both of them are great. Wesley, fantastic, especially his run as North American champion. Great.
Yeah, the heart and soul of the North American champion.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
What I feel is with him coming back now, that momentum, it kind of stopped back then, but now it's shifting to where it's not just MSK, where it's Wesley and him, it's MSK, which is these three. They can bring in trios titles this way, they can bring in trio division like this if NXT wishes to go down that route. But point blank period, I feel, hey, everybody deserves a second chance at this wrestling thing. I don't know fully what happened with that background stuff, but dude, like I said, each person deserves at least a second chance at any point in life, and yeah, bro, I'm happy
Right,
that
and of course, no disrespect to Trey Miguel. Obviously, Trey Miguel was there too. One of the brightest stars that TNA has had before going ahead and forming up Rascals in its entirety. You know,
Mhm.
Trey, I like Trey, I really do. When
Everybody
he-
likes Trey. Everybody likes everybody from the Rascals. The
Mhm.
yeah,
Rascals are like the most entertaining thing that they had in TNA at the time, and they pushed boundaries with the Rascals, like the
right.
whole
Especially when
smoke.
you had ABC going up against them too. So
Yeah, when they had the whole smoke thing going on with ABC, it was like, oh snap! It was a
no
good,
RVD was in that.
yeah, it was a good gimmick. I loved it. To have these guys back, and regardless of what happened, because look, we weren't there. We only going by accusations, and a lot of accusations is either proven true or false. And at this time, it was dropped, so we don't know what made it drop. But it opened the door for him to actually come back to WWE. in a way where they did the merge with TNA. So I really see this really blossoming, and this is really going to be good. It really going to be good.
That's actually a good question. Not to interrupt you, bro, but that's actually a really good question. I believe they could do like a New Day thing here. I do see it. They're positive baby faces type of thing, but they're rebellious at the same time. It works.
I agree with
Well,
you.
that's the thing. It's like when you have Dallas on NXT, you're pretty much already doing the same thing. And it is nice to see that that's at least a door that can be open. So I would almost wonder, does it make sense to bring in a trios title to NXT, or does it make sense to bring in the trios title to TNA?
How about bringing it to both?
Well, that would be the tricky thing because then it's about branding. It's about who really owns the damn thing.
Wait,
I don't know if they're necessarily going to a shared ownership 50-50.
Or the way things are going, because they letting people come to they making up agreements with different promotions and organizations, WWE.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you make a universal trios title where they can go to any promotion brand and defend it?
Ooh, that would be big news because there are very few titles in history that have been cross brand.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like there are some like just independent titles that you go ahead and you just put on you and you bring it around wherever you go. I remember the first time I saw something like that. It wasn't WWE, but it was Taz bringing the FTW belt with him.
Mm-hmm.
Because otherwise, then there was nothing ECW going on in there. But the FTW belt was like its own entity. That was like Taz's thing, so it made sense.
Because my thing is this: once you do something like that, whatever promotions agree with it, they can basically do whatever they want with that. Like do it at whatever pay-per-view for that brand or promotion. It don't have to just be WWE. It don't have to be just AEW. It don't have to be TNA. It could be even in the independent circle. It's giving people an opportunity.
NML, Pro Wrestling Guerrilla,
Yeah.
CZW for sure.
And it could
I think that's where they started. They started off in CZW, if I remember correctly. Bringing something like that back.
And to let y'all know, it could open up doors and opportunities for people. So let's say they win the belt and they lose it. Long as they got that exposure to be on that promotion, that helps them, but also help the other promotions to let them know we give opportunities.
Mm-hmm. Fair. Now, just side note, by the way, someone did ask about Joe's hair, so I mean, I had to throw it out there.
No, it don't take a long time. It just takes a wash. Something a lot of y'all need to do.
Oh, we're unapologetic, ladies and gentlemen.
That's facts.
Oh, Joe just said you nasty.
Wait, high five screen.
I ain't high fiving you. I got a high five. We're across the screen. We're across the screen.
Oh, this is fun. I'm liking this. I'm liking this.
I just had to.
You might as well. But now the only thing outside of this, obviously, as far as Rascals and MSK is concerned, Myron Reed. He's the fourth nail in this. What happens with him? Anybody know? Because I haven't seen or heard of him, and God knows when. But if they could get like all of MSK together, oh my God.
That's a good question because is he stuck with TNA or is he? I don't know.
I wouldn't think so because I figured he would just come over with them if that was the case.
What you think?
Joe, let me ask you. I mean, have you ever worked within like a group or a unit, like not just a tag team, because a tag team can just be made up on the whim, but an actual group, a stable? Have you ever had one?
Action, no. I'm a lone wolf, brother. I don't work with people that easy.
So then, let's say Myron is like Joe at the moment, and he's going lone wolf. He's going Baron Corbin, but back when he had hair and it was talented. Now, if you are that lone wolf guy, and you see a group that goes ahead and it's like, hey, come with us, man. We could use you. We respect you. We want you on our side. As the lone wolf, what makes you say yes and what makes you say no?
Am I getting paid? What we here for, bro? That's what we here for.
No trash, a mercenary.
Are you paying me?
Okay.
Are you paying me to take out whatever garbage you need me to take out? Cool. If that's what you planning on, pay me my money. I'll take out whatever garbage you need me to take out. If you ain't talking money, you ain't talking to me. Point blank. Period. That's that.
Actually, Kyle has a great question here. As the lone wolf, how do you dismantle a group like this?
Okay. So, whenever it comes to being a lone wolf, you have to learn to adapt. That type of mentality. The metaphorically speaking, lone wolf, because I'm not a furry either. We're not gonna get into that.
That's different channels.
Yeah, people are weird on the internet. Anyways.
Yeah, that's right.
The way I see it, the best way to kill a group is to kill it from the inside. Now, every group has a weak link, right? Whether that's from ego, whether that's from them having a weak heart, that's from them having a weak brain, whatever it is, people are imperfect. And that's the best part. Everybody's imperfect and everybody has a flaw. Now, if you play to that flaw correctly and smart, then at the end of the day, that team crumbles, because it's not about what you can do to a team from the outside. It's about taking out the foundation of it. And then everything else crumbles by itself.
Yeah, that's kind of like what Liv Morgan's been doing with Judgment Day. You know, she honed in on the weak one, which was Dom, and it's just been working ever since.
Rhea came back. Yeah, Rhea about to whoop her ass, man.
I mean, more than likely, yes. But
wait, because I'm sorry, because I'm Jersey and I love Liv Morgan. I don't know.
Yeah, we are stands of Liv, but that's more for like national pride, you know.
Yeah.
Jersey strong and all that.
That's the best thing you can say. So
yeah,
thanks.
If for no other reason. Oh, screw
like,
mommy.
it's
I mean,
Rhea Ripley.
She got married. I mean, she don't love Dom. She don't love Dom. She got married. And she was using Dom. She was using Dom long before Liv was using Dom. Yeah.
She was buddy with somebody else before Dom. So
yeah,
exactly. How she tried to get with Lana while getting married to Rusev. Live just like that. She's living strong. But so Joe, with the three that we have here, you know, who would you say is the weak link in the Rascal / MSK unit that we see right now?
As of right now, simultaneously, while also being the strongest link, but also the weakest link, is Wesley.
Fair.
I give you that.
He's a strong link. He has a good legacy. Dude was like I said before, a crazy North American champion. But he's fresh into this team. You see what I'm saying? He can trust one of them. He don't know the other guy. You don't know the other guy from All in the Wall. Now I don't know if
Trey is new.
I don't know if they work together in the indies, whatever. That doesn't matter. What matters is what y'all can do inside the ring. Now they got to show that. They haven't had the chance to, but they will. And afterwards, we can actually see who's the weakest link. Because I know as a team, without Trey Miguel, they already cannonballs. That guy, I don't know him that well, so.
No, I mean, it does create an interesting dynamic if they go ahead and, you know, and not to again drop parallels, but it does also become like the whole thing that they're doing in AEW with Tony Storm and you know, Mariah May and Mina Shirakawa, where it's like Mariah is torn between both sides. And I feel like that's pretty much how Zach Wentz is going to end up. Are you MSK, NXT, former champion with Wes? Or do you stay with where you've been coming from recently with Trey and the championships that you've had over in TNA? Where do you really put your heart in? Because at the end of the day, he's not going to be able to switch to both brands. He's not going to be able to do both. He's going to end up having to choose.
Mm-hmm. And he's already left Wesley before.
Well,
he came back with his partner now. That's all he did.
Exactly.
He like, hey, look, I got a friend now.
No, it's one of those things where it's like it really does become the question of like, how is this storyline going to end? Because we all know when it comes to like emotions this deep, it's not going to be pretty.
Right.
Never is.
You are a vicious man. I will say that.
I will. Yeah.
You ready to like just take them out.
Look, I like to fight, bro. I have a fighter's mentality. That's like Mike Tyson says. I studied every great, all of that, bro.
Nice.
Well, speaking of other great fighters, let's get to our third topic here. Now that we have the opportunity, Shelton Benjamin, the gold standard, quite possibly one of the greatest pound for pound wrestlers WWE has ever seen.
Yeah.
Even when he had the Cisco hair. Which, by the way, I do have a picture of the Cisco hair. Had to do it. I saw that. And I'm like, let me see it. I don't know. I'm done.
No. Oh, wow.
It reminded me of like the Golden Lords from Meteor Man. Right?
Yes.
It hit too hard. But as you can see from his lineage here, I mean, not only is he a multi-time WWE champion, but he's held belts in Ring of Honor. He's held belts in OVW, WWC. We can forget about the 24/7 championship. But as far as like having a career in WWE, he is, I'd probably say, the closest thing to a blue chipper that you can probably get nowadays.
See, what made me upset about how WWE used him, he should have been either a world champion or a WWE champion a long time ago, before he retired.
Yep, Kyle agrees.
And they didn't use him in the correct manner, and that's why he was really undervalued.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
the man is a beast. The man is a beast inside that ring. I feel I've always appreciated wrestlers who have Olympic wrestling type of background to them, because when it comes to technicality, those are the brightest minds you see inside of those ropes.
Yeah.
When it comes to transitions, when it comes to just the craft, they have the fundamentals down packed because they've already been doing, that the Greco part of it. Now it's just injecting that, entertainment sports type aspect to it, to where there's more stuff, and he definitely did a lot. Like, as you can see, look at his legacy. The man proved time and time over that he was that guy, but he wasn't. They never put him into a. For me, I feel like being in the Hurt Business had so much potential, and they
Hurt Business hurt his business.
The momentum. WWE killed the momentum of Hurt Business insanely. It's just wild. And then Cedric is also having a hard time coming back too. And Cedric is an amazing wrestler himself.
Yeah, and apparently they've teamed him up with Ashanti the Adonis as a tag team, because that's how it was drafted. Which I've never seen them tag team. Did you guys see them tag team?
No.
So they're just doing it in order to keep them going. But obviously, Shelton Benjamin was let go from WWE last year, I believe.
In the big sweep.
Yeah, it wasn't 2024 yet. And obviously, when you're let go, you have your 90-day, 60-day non-compete, whatever. So obviously, Shelton Benjamin has been an independent circuit worker and not been bought up by anybody. So of course, whenever somebody of that talent gets let go, the first thing people say is, "Go to AEW, go AEW." I'm like, everybody.
Yeah. Even though,
And unfortunately, it looks like some of the talent in AEW had that same feeling, specifically Max Caster.
Mhm.
I remember back when someone was interviewing Max Caster, he said, Shelton Benjamin, would you want to see him in AEW? Max pretty much said, no, I
yeah,
don't want to see him in AEW. I don't want him here. Kind of giving like, that, oh, CM Punk coming back here? No, we don't want him kind of treatment. Now, we've met Max Caster.
yeah,
He's always on. He's always being that instigator, that pusher. He never breaks character like that.
right.
But there was a semblance of truth in what he was saying because he was pretty much on the idea that no, you've got so many homegrown talent, you've got so many AEW originals, and yet you just keep bringing in people and bringing in people and bringing in people and giving them spotlight, which obviously we've seen, whether it be Mercedes Moné, Will Ospreay, just pick 5 people that have come through. Edge, Adam Copeland. Um, it's gotten to the point where I could see the frustration.
Yeah.
But would you want to see Shelton Benjamin in a place like AEW?
Hmm. The way, honestly, like nothing against Max Caster, nothing against AEW, nothing like that. We've seen so much talent come from AEW when it comes to the what do you call those? They're the cornerstones,
The pillars.
the pillars. Yes, thank you. When it comes to the pillars of AEW, we've seen younger talents who they made themselves. You know what I'm saying? Understandable. You never want outside talent to just come in and just take all the glory and all of that stuff. Understandable. But at the same time, we all just here to wrestle. And we all here for the fans. Because that's the people who put the, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. My thing is, if we're all here to work and we're all here to satisfy the fans, if the fans are the ones that are sitting here and saying they want to see Shelton Benjamin, who are you to put a gate up?
Good answer.
Who are you to
Hey,
put
what
a
do you
gate
think?
up, bro?
I agree with him 100%. Even though I met him, but he's right. Like, who are you to basically tell somebody or tell the fans who they want or don't want in a promotion?
Mm-hmm. Because at the
Like,
end of the day, promotion is here to make money, dude. And if that person is gonna bring in asses to them seats, it is what it is.
yeah.
Now, I will say, the reason I bring up Shelton Benjamin is because he was just recently on Chris Van Vliet's show doing an interview. And the topic of the Max Caster comments had come into play, to which Shelton Benjamin replied, I guess my first thought was, who is this?
Ooh.
Yes. Like, I really don't know him. I have nothing against him. As far as I know, I've never met him. I was more shocked that he would say something like that. So pretty much taking like the wounded puppy approach in a sense. It's like I don't know why he would say this. I don't know, but what did I do? I'm just an innocent little boy. That sort of mentality. Like I understand keeping it cordial, but if
Well,
someone said stuff about you and you had the opportunity to go on an interview and you had the opportunity to go ahead and speak your piece about something that was directed towards you, would you be as nice? Especially if you're in wrestling where attitude is like 50% of the formula.
I used to box before, bro. Put some gloves on. Let's get inside the ring.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, if you really want to go ahead and like throw shade like that, you want to be like, we don't want him. We don't want him taking up TV time. If that was me, I would have been like, man, you just have to go ahead and give me the paperwork for a match. I'll give you screen time that obviously you're not getting.
Mm-hmm.
I'd
Because
be throwing it
clearly
back.
you want my attention. Clearly you're sitting here and talk about somebody that you don't even know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna get into that too much.
It
People,
it did send shivers when he said, "Who are you?" But
Yeah.
then to just go, soft on it. I'm like, I do want to see Shelton Benjamin with like more of an attitude. To be honest,
Mhm.
it,
But I will say this: he probably is just doing it for K play. I mean K Sorry, K just to get the audience riled up, so he does make an appearance, and then probably challenge Max Caster in a match for what he said, low key.
right. No, that would make sense. Which, by the way, Kyle just wanted to go ahead and comment on your boxing there.
Uh, I used to box at John's gym. I used to box for 2 years.
Mm.
Any desire to ever get back into it? Man, I I come from a fighting family. My mother does judo. My uncle does judo and boxing. I've always been around MMA. I love fighting point blank period.
Mm.
If I do have an option to one day get back into it, I would love to. You get a lot from doing boxing that will help you transition over into wrestling. And dude, there's no better shit talkers than a person sitting here in front of you in a weigh-in that's about to fight you. You know what I'm saying? And you don't sit here and you don't throw a promo at them. You don't go, "Hey man, look, on Saturday night, I'm gonna no." I'm sitting here and I'm telling you, bro, I'm sending you to the hospital. Like that's no
Yeah.
joke. I'm gonna punch your face in.
No, that's that
That's
Jake
it.
Ryan Tyson mentality, man. Just
Mm-hmm.
Jake's been pushing,
Mm-hmm. And
and
that's
you don't
another
want.
thing that people don't understand about me. I'm garbage, I'm trash, whatever you want to call me. I'm a quiet guy. I'm just here to do my job, but don't mistake that for a weakness. Don't ever mistake that for a weakness. I done
Facts.
put a lot of people in garbage bags because they took that for a weakness.
Mm.
My weight class of
Big
boxing,
limit.
I was 160, 160, 155.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Now, just to finish up with what Benjamin was saying, he did go ahead and say that at this stage in his career, I want to help other people, other talent. So if you're looking at this and saying, "Oh, you're stealing my spot," well, first of all, if I can steal it, it wasn't your spot.
Oh.
Yeah. No, he touched on nerves, I think, on Max Caster. Although in the same respect, on the same interview, he was also commenting about how Billy Gunn is probably the best athletic wrestler in the game right now.
Mm.
Which, it's kind of like, okay, I'll whip you, but then I'll serve you some ice cream. I'm doing both for you guys here because it's strange that he's focused on the acclaim in many respects. And yes, I can attest. We've both seen Billy Gunn back in May. Dude's huge,
Yeah.
like too huge.
Too huge.
Nah,
Like I'm like a midget compared to Billy Gunn.
like he's like cartoon cat in a blow up muscle suit. Cute. All right, it's just a bit much. Wardlow looked short in comparison,
Wild.
but of course you can't really tell that on television. But yeah, it was. Whew. So to go ahead and like give props to one person, which obviously, and again, Billy Gunn being a former WWE guy, they probably had a lot of run-ins. They probably worked together too. Um, I would almost say it's like they're trying to work it up to the point that if they do get Benjamin, him and maybe somebody else, maybe he joins somebody in a tag team against the acclaimed or joins a trios, does a trios thing with a tag team against the acclaimed, just to start things off. I'd
Okay.
be for that. I would be for that because I think that would be a great way to introduce him without necessarily giving him all of the spotlight like they've done with other people that they've brought in, where it's like, oh, he's finally arrived in AEW. Let's just focus on him, kind of like what they did with Osprey. But if you put him in a situation where he's actually with other people and they are also given the time to shine in this rivalry of that starts with just two people, but then it expands to everybody else, everybody eats.
I don't know. Personally, I would have
Nah, I ain't messing with other people.
I would have mixed it too. To me, they're different. They're different tiers. Not in the sense of, oh yeah, Max Caster is a lower tier. No, in the sense of just the wrestling that they do.
Kyle's right. I mean, I
you
don't
look
know if I
at
would
when you look
necessarily
at Shelton
say.
Benjamin, the way I see it, he's in the category with people like Chad Gable, Kurt Angle, things like that. And I'm pretty sure Kyle actually mentioned that earlier, where he was saying something about him being
Yeah, that was to try and make him the next Kurt Angle. He should have been.
Type thing. That's what I'm saying. They just it's two different styles. Don't get me wrong. Two different styles always clashing inside the ring make for a good match. But yeah, nah, I don't see him joining the team. I don't see that.
Day, any thoughts?
Like I already said, I really see if Shelton Benjamin comes to AEW, his first match should be with Max Caster. Just to prove a point.
We are not comparing Shelton Benjamin to Hurricane Helms. No.
Oh,
Come
wow.
Come on.
No,
Come on.
we're not doing that, bro. Kyle, we're not.
I like the disrespect, but that's wild. Wow.
Especially with the imaginary choke slam where he tried to choke slam the Rock.
Bro, no, man.
No, the worst one was when he tried to choke slam Kane and The Undertaker. No, tried to choke slam Austin and Triple H.
That's terrible, man.
One of my favorite moments with the Hurricane was when he was it wasn't even Hurricane himself. Hurricane was just in the match fighting Triple H, and Ric Flair has that moment with the little kid outside where he the mask is on the floor and he starts stomping it. I love that. I love that. I try to make all kids' lives living hell that come to my shows. Makes me happy.
Now, see, I don't know about comparing Shelton to The Rock, though. I mean,
I don't know about that one.
Great technically, but I will say this about Shelton Benjamin. As great as he is in the ring, and as much as I love that T-bone suplex that he always does.
Yes, that was a beauty.
As far as personality, kind of a, milk and toast. Not really anything there with some bite. He had more bite when he was doing the gold standard thing, and that was just because of his overall just heel attitude because he was a standout. But outside of that, it's kind of like Brock Lesnar, which of course those two are friends. They're training buddies. Brock doesn't necessarily need to do a lot of personality because he's just big and mean. Shelton Benjamin doesn't need to do a lot of personality because he's just talented and gifted. But if you want to be the guy on top, you've got to have it all.
Yeah.
You got to not only have the athletic part of it, you got to have the everything. Yeah. They're looking for it. They're not looking for, oh, you might have this. No. They're looking for it. That's what. Yeah.
Look, Lance Storm being deadpan as all hell is a personality gimmick. All right, it's not normal, so it does stand out. I can be serious here for just 1 second. Nah, I ain't gonna do that. He's Canadian. What do I care?
We both.
But no, I'm gonna stop. But no, I mean, good conversation all around, man, all around, and I really do appreciate Joe for everything that you've been able to supply to us today in regards to your insight. If I could, is there anything going on with you currently that you may want to go ahead and let us know about? Like any big shows coming up, any matches, any rivalries, anything going on?
You guys said you guys are in Jersey, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, we are.
All right. Well, if you guys are close to the Skyline Stadium, that is where I'm going to be on Sunday at the Base Brawl for Primetime Pro Wrestling. That is going to be at the baseball stadium, that is, after the game. So if you guys have time, come by, watch some baseball, drink a couple of beers. Then afterwards, watch me whoop some ass because I'm going to be fighting for the streaming title. That is going to be against Matty Videz and Joe Clean, my worst arch nemesis at this point. Because
Your arch nemesis is his last name is Clean.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We've actually fought once before. I put him in a garbage bag, but his head is so damn big. He hit me with it once and I lost.
Oh yeah, dang. Dang.
Oh yeah, no, good question. Like, is this gonna be like a no holds barred sort of thing, or is this going to
Yeah.
be like, traditional?
Uh
And as you go
Traditional as
through
can
that, let
be
me just
with
go ahead
me.
and
I can't promise a clean match. That's for sure.
Okay.
let's go ahead and show some highlights here of you.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
talk about
actually I'm pretty glad you're putting these pictures up. This is from the last primetime event. Last primetime event was at World's End. It was at the Lone Eagle Brewery inside Flemington, New Jersey.
Okay.
Before I actually was inside this match, I got to make Joe Clean's life a living hell and cost him the streaming title because he was fighting the guy, goes to do that big-headed move that he does, and right before he hits it, I just come in, kick the guy. So there goes your title.
I didn't know what the pictures were when I was putting them up. I'm like,
Everything you work for, that just bye. That's the beauty of it. So now he went angrily and started basically crying to the CEO, saying, "Oh, Joe Trash is interrupting my matches. Joe Trash is doing this." It doesn't matter. I asked him, I told him, I was like, "You're going to sit here and cry to this hardworking lady, right? Tell her what you want. What is it that you want?" He asked her for a rematch. So now he wished this upon himself. He brung this upon himself. The people that right there, look at him. Look at him, his big-headed self. That guy is gonna get whooped on Sunday. Not even just by a baseball bat, because his head already looks like a baseball. Not even just a
so
baseball.
wait. So not only is his last name Clean, but he's going Mr. Clean with it.
Oh yeah.
Wait. That's the smell of clean.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's some white soul lemon smelling BS, man. Come on, man.
Mm-hmm.
We
Mm-hmm.
don't take that in Jersey.
None of
Yeah.
that. None of that. None of that. We get down to gritty, especially how we do it
Yeah,
in New York.
there it is.
That's
Yeah.
Matty Dez, the streaming champion. You got Joe Clean, and you got the treasure of wrestling at this point. Yeah, that's gonna be on Sunday at the Skyland Stadium for the Miners. Wild.
All right.
Yeah.
I like that. I
It's
like
gonna
that.
be on Sunday. On Saturday, I'm gonna be at Titan Pro Wrestling. That's gonna be at a county fair. I forget where that is at the moment, but I'll definitely send you guys the address so you guys can come watch me work.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Oh yeah.
Definitely, Kyle seems like a fan, and if I'm still sober from work the next day, I would definitely go ahead and make it over.
Hey,
Bartending.
even if you're not, throw up in a baseball field. It's better than your house. Am I wrong?
Well,
You
I
don't gotta
mean,
clean it. You don't gotta clean it, bro. You don't gotta do.
I know, but I don't know if I necessarily want to go ahead and throw up in the house of the minors. I'm not Drake. I'm not trying to do that sort of thing.
It is what it is. Make it if you can. I'll be expecting. Oh, that's actually another thing. I have merch coming out.
Nice.
Oh, not coming out. It came out. I always tell people tend to buy a bunch of garbage either way. So why not buy a nice, cool, actual like looking clothing instead of whatever garbage that they usually buy on Shein and all that other stuff.
Assholes live forever. That's my brand.
This is actually not that expensive. This is only $18 for a shirt, a hoodie, or anything that you might need. It comes in all sizes, and all it is my name right here because we're all trash. Honestly, we're all trash. And in the back, you see, well, my motto, my logo, which is basically a human being going into a garbage can.
Okay.
There's going to be a lot more shirts and designs coming through. Recently, I actually started working on shorts. I'm actually wearing one of the shorts right now. It's trash.
Okay, yeah, we can show this. That's fine. Yeah.
Type thing.
It's not like Davion that one time when he tried to walk around in his underwear and we had to like just block out everything.
Nah. You got some weird people in here, bro. No. None of that.
No, I did not. I did not.
You actually
No, you were just showing off the butt and everything. That's fine. I'm not judging.
No, that did not happen. It did not happen. He's joking. It did not happen.
Yes, I am joking.
I have no words.
I did not.
No.
I did not have. No, I'm not doing the Clinton voice. I'm not doing
No,
the
you're
Clinton
not.
man, it's like
We already got enough going on with the elections, brother. We don't need to go back in time that way.
Yeah.
fair enough. But yeah, man, Joe, thanks for coming on with us, man. Thanks for being a participant.
Yes. Thank
You
you.
are now officially a jabroni like us.
Whoa. Trash,
So,
yes.
You're a trash jabroni.
You are the trashiest jabroni. I will give you that. You are
Trashiest
the trash.
That's for sure.
And you know what? Trash
guys
is
don't
well
mind.
accepted here in Jersey and in some parts of Miami. So
You
it's
guys,
perfectly good.
real quick, if you guys don't mind, can I plug myself in with all those
Sure.
little
Absolutely.
things right here?
Yeah.
All
Let me
right,
give you the solo.
I got you.
Oh wait, no, that's not you.
You look just like me. What you mean?
Okay, there we go.
There
And
you
now it's just you.
All right. If you want to follow me, if you want to find me, if you want to see me, find me in Joe Trash, Joe_TR4SH on Instagram. There you'll be able to see my link tree, which leads you to every single other thing. Not only the garbage content that I make, but also it leads you to the websites where you can see my fights. It leads you to the merch site where you can get yourself some actual good looking clothes, like I said, and where you can just follow and support. It never hurts to show somebody love. I appreciate y'all.
I like that. I like that.
We appreciate you, man.
All right.
Thank you, bro.
So, with that being said, and we're actually ending on a nice note. You know,
Yeah.
I think a lot of people probably would have said, "Oh, Joe Trash." I mean, I don't know if that would have been the same thing, but yeah, Joe Trash on there, on Joe Trash on Instagram.
Yeah.
Go ahead, follow the man. Go to his stuff. See him on Sunday. Get
Yeah.
yourself a hot dog while you're watching at the ballpark.
You're right.
And
And a couple of
for
beers.
all here at Jabronis United, stay humble.
Stay home.